Can you tell us your name and your pronouns, please?
My name is Theo Patterson. My pronouns are they, them, or he, him.
Were you lost in life, and how did you find yourself?
I think during the pandemic is when a lot of people realized that they were trans. I was walking home from, some long distance interaction with somebody I had barely known, and I had spent months being stuck with just myself, and I kind of realized, I'm not very satisfied with myself.
What motivated you to become who you are?
I think it was very gradual. I remember when I first started to come out, I would write out male name Patterson in a book, and I have a book of just a bunch of different names, and I hit Theo and I really liked it, and I was so excited. When I was signing up for university, they have male, female, other. And I remember I was filling that out with my mom because I was nervous I would mess it up, and I got to that section and I just I couldn't put female, so I just hit other.
How do you feel about the future and your place in it?
I feel probably as nervous as a lot of people feel about the world right now, but I think that nervousness is hopeful in the sense that we're at a period right now where there's so much communication and there's so much awareness of everything that's happening with politics, and especially around trans people, both in Canada but also in the States, obviously. It's upsetting that there are people who are trying to take away my rights or are trying to take away the joy that I've gotten to experience in these last couple years transitioning. But the fact that those people know I exist has to be a sign of progress. Somebody else could also find out, even if it is through politics instead of through joy like it should be. I get to live the joy every day of finding a version of myself that makes me excited to find the next one. And it's such a joy that I'm at a stage in my life, finally, where I'm so excited to find out about myself tomorrow and next year and in 10 years and in 50 years.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Amelia Amaral. I'm second year at University of Guelph, and I'm majoring in law, minoring in business and politics.
What do you want your legacy to be?
I want to be remembered for the actions I do in this lifetime, not necessarily by my name. And for example, if I crochet and then I teach my daughter how to crochet, she teaches her daughter to crochet. My great-great-granddaughter won't know my name, but maybe she'll know how to crochet, and I think that matters more than her knowing my name. I would say I'm still looking, yeah. I know what I want for myself, I just don't know who I am right now, I think. Yeah. I like a little bit of everything, I feel and not just with music, with everything in general. And I want to do everything in life, I don't think there's enough time in life to do everything I want to do.
So do you think everything you do is a step to who you want to become?
I hope so. I hope everything I do is a step to who I want to become. Sometimes I feel like I'm behind and I'm not taking the right steps, but I don't think I'll really know until I get there. It's just a lot of trial and error, and that's the beauty of life.
Do you have any advice, or what would you say is the main takeaway from your years of living so far?
I would say that everyone has their own life, and you should focus on yours specifically, not necessarily on other people's lives, because you probably have people you care about in your life. But when it comes to motivation and wanting to do better, the video you showed me, do better for yourself and not to beat someone else, for example, and then eventually you'll get there.
I'm Joelah Etti. Age, I'll be 59 this year. And occupation, my day job is I work as a IT technology professional. I like to think of myself sometimes as a teacher. When I teach, I mean specifically about biblical knowledge, church history, and things like that. I'm also a husband and a father,
strange about this.
a friend and an uncle. So,
Can you perhaps describe to viewers who aren't Christian what changes from being like before not a Christian to being a Christian?
all of our actions are driven by motivation. If Christ can captivate your heart, your motivations will change because the heart is transformed. And when the heart is transformed, slowly, all of our motivations, what drives us, is transformed. Human beings, naturally, in ourselves, we are often extremely selfish. But with Christ, we find out that we become giving. We are less driven by self, but by what others need.
Would you say that having children changed who you are?
Without a shadow of a doubt. Over time, your life changes by many things. There are many things that transforms your life. And I think it's a cumulative process. I found Christ, or Christ found me. That's one transformation. The day I got married, another transformation. The day I had my first child, another transformation. And then the second, and then the third. There are things that happen to us that transform our lives. The day I found out I had cancer, another transformation. So there are levels of transformation that change us and make us who we are. There's something to ponder.
There have been times when I became a missing poster, or at least I tried to be. I find that I feel as though I don't belong in this world, in this life. And it's not like the feeling of being lost, taking the wrong bus, coming out at a random stop and realizing you don't have a clue where you are. Because when that happens, I can usually make an adventure of it. Or, just take the bus back. But when I'm standing there, contemplating whether or not I should become missing permanently from this life, I've never felt quite so lost. But that feeling lessens over time. Those urges pass, and each day, as I continue to grow and learn and be, I realize that I'm finding who I'm supposed to be on this planet. And that's a really refreshing feeling. And for all of the times where I've stood there, lost in life, I'm so glad that I found a way to find myself.
You know